everybody, how you doing? I'm here today to do a book review on two Christian books. Now, I know normally when people do book reviews, they do it one book at a time, but it's my habit when I'm reading to read more than one book at a time. I guess I get bored, I don't know. So I was actually reading two books simultaneously. I actually finished them around the same time too. The first book is called Jace Rosenberg's, the author, and the name of the book was called Brian's Journey. And the other book that I read is by a New York Times bestseller author named Terry Blackstock, and she's got like dozens of books behind her. And the name of that book was called Truth Stained Lies. And as I said, they were both Christian books, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about them now and kind of compare them. Truth Stained Lies is basically a story of a guy named Jay, and he stumbles upon his ex-wife's house, goes into his ex-wife's house, who was estranged from a long time, and get convinced to go ahead and meet with her because he receives an email that he thinks is from her saying, hey, let's talk this all out and, we can settle some things. So he walks in, and as he's walking in, he sees a clown come out of the house. And he doesn't think anything about it, says, oh, maybe there's a birthday party around or something. But he walks in and finds his family is murdered. I'm sorry, not his family, his wife is murdered. And so he gets framed for the murderer. And the whole idea behind the clown is that the clown is supposed to be such an absurd story that when he tells it, that the police won't believe him and then, frame him. So the clown is the murderer. And right from the beginning, when that started, I says, this is just too absurd for me. Now, I will grant that Terry Blackstock is a good writer in terms of her style. She put out a lot of books, and she's, as I said, a New York Times bestseller, and I guess a lot of people like her. But I just really could not get past the clown. But that's not my biggest problem with Terry Blackstock's book. I haven't read anything else from her. My problem is it's supposed to be a Christian book, and it seems to me that the Christianity was kind of like forced into the story. It was not organic to it. It was almost like she would just have these regular characters, and then she just kind of like interjects Christianity into it. And it didn't work. It just seemed, as I said, like the Christianity was forced in it. And I didn't, it's like, have you ever read something and all of a sudden there's a sentence interjected into the story and you say, wait, that doesn't belong there. Well, that's the feeling I got whenever she mentioned Christianity or anything to do with God. It's just because it didn't seem like the characters really cared about God or didn't think about it much. But anyway. So sorry, Terry. Maybe I'll give your other books a shot, but if they're like Truth Stained Lies, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. Now I want to talk about Brian's Journey. This is the book by Jace Rosenberg. The story is about a kid named Brian, and he's a 16-year-old high school student who is forced, because of his family situation, to work an extra job before school, doing farm work at different places. And as a result of this, he goes to school smelling really bad, and so he's made fun of a lot in school, doesn't have any friends, and he just feels fed up with life, and so he ends up running away. And he lives with his mother and grandfather. His grandfather is a faithful Christian and is constantly praying for Brian, and his mother is struggling single mom. Now, comparing the books Brian's Journey to Truth Stained Lies, it is apparent that Terry Blackstock is a more experienced writer in terms of her style, but that's not to say that Brian's Journey isn't a good book. In fact, if I had to compare the two books, which book I liked better, I'm going to have to go with Brian's Journey. And the reason is that even though the storytelling, the writing isn't as I said, experienced as Terry Blackstock's, his storytelling is better in terms of being authentic and real. I believe the characters come from a Christian mindset, even though Brian is struggling with his faith. Jace Rosenberg, who wrote Brian's Journey, portrays accurately the evangelical Christian lifestyle. And just a different, when he talks about churches and he talks about all these different things, you believe that is a Christian book. And so, as I said, I didn't get that feeling, that sense when I was reading Truth-Stained Lies by Blackstock. So my vote for the best book of the two is Brian's Journey. And I recommend you go ahead and go to Amazon and go ahead and buy that book. I think it's like 99 cents or $1.99. And go ahead and read it. I think you'll enjoy it. And one of the other reasons why I liked Brian's Journey is I had actually read Jace Rosenberg's first book called The Lobby, and Brian's Journey is his second book. You can tell how he matured as a writer by reading when I read Brian's Journey. So it was fun just to see him progress and get better. So go ahead and read those books. Actually, go ahead and read Brian's Journey, and go ahead and read Terry Blackstock's Truth-Stained Lies. Maybe I got it all wrong. I'd love to hear your opinion about it. All right, thanks for stopping by today, and hopefully in the future I'll be giving more book reviews just because it's fun to do. Have a great day.